Hi, so I'm walking down to the station. I'm going to London today to do a talk for Radfest, which is the radio festival in London. I'm a little bit nervous because it's one of those things that's a bit higher profile. I've been brought on stage by Colin Murray, who I like very much. Nicholas Parsons is going to be there, people like that. So yeah, and I'm doing a 10-minute talk on pitching, which is good. But the only worry for me is that it's 10 minutes, and they want me to do a magic trick at the end, which is fine, which is kind of what I do. But 10 minutes is really, it sounds like quite a lot. It's really no time at all. And so I'm talking about pitching, but I'm talking about how authenticity really, and talking about how we think about content too much when we try and pitch things. And actually, that when I started successfully pitching things, it's when I forgot a little bit, well, mostly about the content, and actually realised that I could just be myself and talk about what I did with passion and not oversell it and all that kind of stuff. So it's so I am nervous, but especially nervous. I'm not allowed to tell you this, but I am, because you're going to get this after it actually happens. I'm meeting Penn and Teller today because I got an email the other day saying, right, it's great that you're doing your thing. We're going to put you on a bit later because we've got Penn and Teller arriving and doing a spot at lunchtime. And my initial reaction was quite interesting. My initial reaction for about 5 minutes was fear, insecurity, and just like, oh my god, like, why would they want to watch me? Why would they want to watch me? They've seen Penn and Teller, and that comparison thing of yeah, just deep insecurity really. Going, well, if I do a magic trick after Penn and Teller are gone, even if it's like 3 hours, people are going to think I'm shit. And I actually wrote an email to my friend and lovely producer manager Kit and said, said something like, yeah, that's great. But yeah, there's not really much point in me doing any magic, is there? And then what a cock. And then like 10 minutes later I emailed about saying, actually ignore that. Fucking hell, I'm going to meet Penn and Teller. So I'm going to meet them at like 12:15. A bit nervous about that, but they're only people, aren't they? I always get a bit nervous, and we usually end up having a nice chat. Okay, so the first stop on the way to my talk in London to the station always has to be Motor. Is that how you pronounce it? Motor Cafe? Motore Cafe here on the walk down from sort of the university town into the station. This is the finest coffee in Sheffield. I used to go to Starbucks in the station all the time, but this is just brilliant. This is Tony from Motore Coffee, and if you ever see his van anywhere at a festival or an event or anything like that, get a coffee from him because it's lovely. Well, Tony from the cafe there was lovely. He was sorry, that's noisy, like the water feature. Isn't that lovely? The Sheffield station. Used to be alright shit over here, it's brilliant now. Yeah, he just gave me a free coffee, look at that. Yeah, you start getting free stuff if you do this. Didn't ask for it or anything. But yeah, lovely free coffee, and he was lovely. And I was having a nice chat, and I realised I've actually got a train to catch. So I've got to do the queuing up and type the ridiculous number into the machine, and hopefully I will actually get on the train, because I'm a bit fucked. If I don't get on the train, I'm not going to meet Penn and Teller, which I'll be gutted. I'll get there for the gig, but you know, I'll have to buy another ticket and that. But I feel like I'm not saying interesting things now, really. Oh, this is getting close now. It's 21 minutes past, it goes at 29. Got a bit excited there, talking to a coffee person and all that, and then there was a queue, not enough contingency, a bit of a panic, but I think we're alright. Yeah, so I made it with 4 minutes to spare, which isn't bad, but I don't like it. I like to sit down and, you know I'm here. In the town of London, and oh man, I love this. You know, this piano thing that's at stations all over the world, all over England. Mostly played in London. I don't see them being played in Sheffield a lot. This is just lovely, isn't it? How lovely. So the gig is at the British Library, which is very handy because I get off at St Pancras and walk just there, and I'm at the gig. Nice. And then I get to hang out all day and just sort of drink coffee and wait, really. So not until 4 o'clock. It's kind of don't know. God, what time is it? I literally have no idea. Oh yeah, about 10:30, about 11:15. So hopefully get to say hello to Penn and Teller, which is cool, isn't it? And then just hang out and look at me talk and nearly get run over by a taxi. It's alright, need a bit of danger in your life, don't you? Just watched an excellent talk by Sean Keaveney, which was just so good because I thought it was just going to be about the show, but it's about the idea of building an audience and starting doing something that initially doesn't work too well. And he was talking about building an audience, like literally one person at a time on his radio show, and it sort of bombing for a while and then starting to happen. It really reminded me of street performing and that idea of building an audience one person at a time. So I'm in the green room now, that's why it's quite noisy. So it's so funny. Oh my god, I've never really been like proper starstruck before. I have a little bit, you know what I mean, when I was doing Magic to Mark Kermo. Not name dropping, I don't do much magic to famous people really. I'm not one of those that does all the red carpet gigs, but I've done a couple of things. And Mark Kermo a few weeks ago, I just kind of went a bit there because I've been listening to him for years. But so I just met Penn and Teller. When I say met, it's one of those things where you know people, they've done a brilliant thing on stage and then they've got to go. And usually I'm rubbish. I can't do that thing of sort of chasing them and getting a picture. I just feel so weird about it. But I just couldn't help it. So my friends were kind of like, well, we're going to get a picture of you. We'll go and see him in the room. So it was like literally as they were getting changed to go, and they had a little introduction which was just lovely. And the reason you do this stuff is obviously because then you say I met Penn and Teller, and I did meet Penn and Teller. But what was interesting is because when I knew I was going to meet him, which was about a week ago, I've been really weird about it ever since, because it's not, as a magician, it's not like meeting a normal famous person. They're kind of the only magicians that are touring now that I love. I love Darren Brown and stuff, but there's something about them that I just really adore. And no matter how normal I tried to be, what came out of my mouth when I saw them was absolute dog shit, really. It was, I just kind of walked in and the funny was, like, kind of something came into my head that my friend said they were seeing him in Manchester on Wednesday. So it came into my head and I was like, oh, you're in Manchester tonight, aren't you? First thing I said, second thing that was said was, no, London, but that was close. Were you in Manchester tonight?
Well, no, but London's close. Same country.
So it's, yeah, not off on the right start. And then I, again, proceeded to talk absolute bullshit for about 25 seconds. Got a picture with Penn and Teller, which was funny, because Teller was taking his trousers off to get changed. Went to put them back on, and I just said it was funny if you keep them undone for some reason, which was humorous. And yeah, it was a little interchange, a little memorable interchange. That ain't gonna happen again, is it? So yeah, thanks lovely Kit Bailey for sorting that out, and everybody else, and Nikki and Vic and all that, and taking the pictures. Yeah, lovely, thank you. Yeah, and I suppose there's something nice about meeting people. It's always weird, isn't it, when you sort of see people on Facebook and that talking about meeting famous people. It's like a bit name-droppy and that. And I do find that, unless they're really chuffed about it. And I am genuinely kind of like really chuffed. I've just been talking to Colin Murray, because I've listened to him for years. And I don't think that's wanky, is it? If I'm genuinely like, yay, I've met these people. I think if I'm kind of going, yeah, just me and Colin just shooting the shit. That people don't actually talk like that, but that would be weird, wouldn't it? So I'm on in about 20 minutes, and this is a bit I hate, because with a talk I never really know how I'm going to start it. It's just a complete trust thing that it's going to happen. I haven't got like an opening line or, you know, a killer. I just start with a story, and sometimes it's a bit rambly, sometimes it's not, but that's very. And I've got 10 minutes, man. It's just no time at all. So I've really got to stop fucking about. I've got to really get on with the thing. I've got a new thing where I'm going to put a magic trick in it. I've changed that on the way in, like I said, so that's a bit scary, but it's going to be cool. It's good. It's good. They've seen some good people today. They've seen fucking Penn and Teller on that stage, and I'm going on now. It was good. It was good. It was 10 minutes. So 10 minutes to do a magic trick and a talk on pitching. So basically, about halfway through, I was like, I'm going to have to hack loads of this out, because I opened with a little bit of sort of rapport-buildy sort of talk about Penn and Teller, which was okay, because I had to mention it. It'd be a bit weird as a magician if I didn't mention it. So I think on top of it, I've had to cut a lot of stuff out that I wanted to say. But it was 10 minutes. I'm not really used to doing 10 minutes with a magic trick and all that stuff. So I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy that I did that. I was, you know, when you've got Colin Murray bringing you on stage, and you got Nicholas Parsons down there, and Goldie, and people like that. I'm not name dropping. I'm literally quite freaked out by it all. So you do magic's one thing, but doing a talk, it's, I don't know. I felt a bit exposed, but it was good. It went really well, and yeah, I'm really happy. Radfest is nearly over, and the lovely thing is, I forgot I was getting the train, and not till 8 o'clock with lovely Kit and Vic, my friends, and I'm here now with free booze. Unfortunately, sitting in the sun now. Been there about an hour, so I have to have a couple of Prosecco's before they get all warm. Got to have a couple of them. I think I might do a drop of close-up magic. I think. It's sweaty, a bit hot and sweaty, but yeah, I feel it's that lovely thing in it when you've done a quite nerve-wracking do, and it all matters. Not that they don't all matter, but you know, like some proper matter, because of people you know and friends here, and not wanting to look like a dick in front of them, let them down, all that. And then you can sit and have a drink. That's what you want. That's what you want. No, getting in the car and getting back at 3 o'clock. Let's have a drink, pop on the train with your friends, and go home. All right. So that's it, I'm going to stop filming now, because I've got to do a bit of close-up magic, I think, and maybe hang out a bit and not be the sort of geek with the camera. And but yeah, it's been a fucking great day. I love my job, you know. I love what I do. I love the fear it creates, and I love the feeling of achievement, really, when you're sort of up against it and you're sort of nervous, and then you come off and go, yeah, I did all right, you know, I did all right. I did that, you know, on my own. Started my performing life juggling 3 balls in Old Street station, actually Exeter High Street, with John Teasdale, Ben Cornish, and now I find myself talking to radio producers and people like that, and it's like, how did that happen? But you know, I was happy to be a street performer, so anything more that I end up doing is a real bonus, so I'm really happy. So we're just we're all in so basically we're all on the train and the aircon's not working. It's the hottest day of the year in London, and basically everybody is absolutely boiling. Basically never been as hot.
So hot. I'm literally.
It's like being in Thailand, but like not in the bit like Thailand in first class is like £4, where you get a bed, and standard is like £3, where you're literally on top of 3 other people.
That's right.
And this is like that. It's not, is it? But it's
melting.
No.
My heater's too hot.
I'm a bit upset that it's night time and I'm still feeling like this. So Kit has asked me.
Seriously?
Seeing as we are literally so hot, it's probably 25 minutes from cardiac arrest, to do a magic trick, since my fingers are feeling like little porky sausages on a barbecue. So I have an incomplete pack of cards. Can you name any value of playing cards? Not the suit, don't worry about whether it's hearts or clubs, the 8s. I'm going to have a look, and I'm going to look at where the 8s are in this packet. I do. So I am counting, I'm not going to lie to you. But even though I'm counting, it's going to be a...
really cool.
So I've now counted, now I'm now going to cut to the 8s. I've counted, I've remembered where they are. There's one card. Have a look on the table. That's where it's all happening.
Look at that.
There's,
I thought it wasn't allowed to film you.
There's another card. No shuffling, no cutting, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, you can film my face.
There's another card and another one. Can you just please play those 2 cards? Oh,
how have you done that? That's just mad.
Charles and yeah, but nice to meet you anyway.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.